Well guys, guess what today is? It's a nice weather day. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to try to get this flex, not edge, pretty much done. 4.8 volts. Yeah, that battery's dead. So, knock all the water off the booster. So this flex right here needs to be finished. So what do we need to do? We need to put a cage in it, drop the gas tank, put a battery in it, put a gas tank in it, and I guess punch some damn holes in the floor to get all the water out. Because last night, it rained here. How much rain came down? A shit ton. So, let's see if we can get this thing started up. Just sat out here 2 days with the hood open. Well, that's not a good sign. Locked myself out of it. There we go. So to start this thing, pretty simple. You just gotta grab the key and then turn it. So this is gonna take 2 hands. Okay, so. Oh, buddy. She runs. I gotta keep my feet. Oh, that's right. We gotta fix this shifter too. Do anything on the front of it today, but I am going to have to weld to the front of it, so what we're going to do is we're going to drive it up to the garage. I forgot that the gas pedal does nothing the first time you touch it. You got to touch it twice. I don't know what that's about. We'll figure it out. Well, today's the cage, and we're going to find out everything that's in our way, starting with the speakers. So let's go get a gun to get the speakers out. Of course it's not 8 mil. What the heck? I did grab 7 just in case. Yes! Okay. Just come on out. This truck, man, just wants to fight. That's all it wants to do is just fight every step. Oh, maybe I'm just not used to the size of bolts that's required for it. So we're gonna start off with our uprights, just like we do every time. Apparently this roof is very square. This is not going to go as smoothly as I want it to, but let's keep going. I use so many different size bolts on this thing. So all my nuts are structural hardware, all my bolts are non-structural hardware. It's just mostly whatever I can buy. The nuts I get from job sites and the bolts I buy at TSC. So it's kind of a mismatch of what I get. This one's covered in grease. Didn't want to slide last time for the truck. Ugh. Wipe it on my new pants. Didn't carry out a box of bolts, did I not? Get some hardware. I said, what the heck? I'm gonna grab myself a nice cold Monster. You know, some people say you have a drinking problem. I don't think it's a problem. I just think it's a problem when I run out. I may be addicted to Monsters, but at least I'm not a dick. I may be addicted to Monsters, but there's other things that's much worse I could be addicted to, so I think that's a win. So this cage was last set up to run in my...
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That bolt is gone. This cage was last set up to run in my Avalanche, so it might be a little bit too wide for this. This thing's actually got more headroom than an Avalanche, because I'm having to adjust the height. Alright. Haven't seen you in a while.
I'm here to issue a noise complaint from the neighbors.
It's not me that's the plane. It's them that's been using the skill saw. What have you been up to? Nice. So we were working on this thing earlier today, and a buddy came over, so we just kind of stopped filming. I don't like to put people on camera that don't like to be on camera, but we got the cage in the car, we got the cage bolted in, we still have to do the bolts through the floor. We got the battery in the car, we got the battery tied down, we got the cables hooked up. We got the negative cable hooked up, we got the positive cable hooked up, we still got to wrap this so it doesn't start arcing out on stuff. Some other things that we have done is we pulled all the wiring harness away from the rad support, and we've also looped the transmission lines. Super easy to do. So all we're going to do is just cut this rubber, remove a lot of the actual lines, so now the transmission fluid doesn't go to the front grille to be smashed out. We're not sure if we're going to take the radiator out of this or not. We're not 100% sure on that. So we're going to have to see what to do with that. So there's only one thing left to do other than window bar and bumper, and that's fuel lines. So I did a little bit of investigation. The fuel lines look super easy to do. They're right here. So we're gonna mount the tank. Actually, you know, I think we're gonna pick this thing up at the Walden. We're gonna rip out the gas tank, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to basically run our new fuel lines. We're just gonna put a Camry pump in this with no return system, and hopefully it's all good. So let's get this thing ready to be swapped over to a Derby tank. We've got the transmission looped, we got the fuel tank in, we got the fuel tank wired, we got it running, we got it driving, we got pretty much everything done to this. The only thing that left is bumper, tires, and window bar. So the tires, this is going to go to a winter demolition derby, so I want the tires to have a little bit of grip. So I do have dirt bike tires. I'd like to see how they work on this and if they clear the brakes. So we have a set of 16s and we have a set of 17s. And I do have one 18-inch dirt bike tire, and this car comes with an 18-inch spare, so I'll be making it an 18-inch for it. So let's see if the 17s fit. It's really, really, really close, but it does clear. So what we're going to do, we're going to run a spacer and then put the 17-inch tires on here. That one's just about done, but it's not popped yet. I don't think 16s will fit. So what I run for spacers is I get extra welded on centers, and I just put them on there, and it gives me an extra 1/4 inch of spacing, and I find that they're not aluminum, so they don't hurt anything. I'm going to put on these ones now. This one here's got low tread. I'm probably going to build another set. These tires here have been working good for me, except on the Nissan Quest. And I find they're good because they clear the brakes on just about every vehicle out there. So I like them. We're going to set the vehicle down with the Walden, go to the other side, put the other one on, and I'm probably going to build 118 and 117 if I find a 17 with the right bolt pattern. So let's do that. So you guys seen me do this before. There ain't a whole lot to it. What we're going to do is pull the... gotta plug it in. So all we're going to do is pull the 18-inch donut off. Just like your regular tire machine. You guys home with your manual tire machine, same procedure. You're going to probably inspect the tire and get rid of it. We're going to cut off the valve stem. You guys are wondering how I cut off my valve stems. It is just a serrated dinner knife. Comes off extremely easy. Just wiggle it back and forth a little bit. Then we're going to take our 18-inch this one here is an Enduro tire. So it's even DOT approved if you get the right Enduro tires. Drop her on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get the valve stem here at the front. We're gonna get ourselves a tube, put a tube in here. Now we're gonna use a 13, 14, 15 tube, and it will stretch to what we need. So, what we're gonna do is put the tube in. Bought this handy dandy little tool. It's off Amazon. It is a valve stem puller, but it's flexible. I would change a couple things if I was to invent this tool myself, but it seems to work pretty damn good for this. You can jam this in there. Actually, I'm going to put some lube on it. I use chain lube. Some people use WD. Everything works. After the third phone call, we're just going to shove this thing in there. I want to pull the valve stem through so I don't risk damaging it. And then it's going to be a tight fit all the way around, unfortunately. But being that tight, it's going to make it so it does not want to get in the way of the rim, the tires we put it on. Just going to stretch the tube out. Maybe be a little bit better if the tube was a little bit hotter. But nope. Probably get away with using a motorcycle tube for doing this, but honestly, I just try to use what I got. Gonna try to jam that tube down into the valley. Okay. So I always like to start it just off center of the, these are not usually the vice grips I use. So these are not usually the vice grips I use, but we're going to use those today. We don't want to put any pressure on the valve stem. It's the main thing. So if you take a look, we are finishing the tube off right at the valve stem. So that way it just pops underneath and it doesn't actually try to slide over top of it. So now that we got it all on there, make sure the valve stem's nice and straight. And then we just fill the tire with air. Taking a lot of pressure to get that on there. Just going to put some fluid in there to help it slide up the bead. Well, I don't think this one's going to be perfect, but it's going to hold air. It's going to have a wiggle to it, but it's going to give us extra traction. Oh, oh! I was going to pop there, but I guess not. The other 17s didn't mount perfectly, so I think that dirt bike 17s and 18s are different than car 18s and 17s. I imagine they do this to protect themselves from idiots like me that try to do this. But as far as I'm concerned, that's on there. I'm going to put a little bit of fluid in there just to try to help it slide up. Maybe that will soak in overnight. But as of right now, we got the tires, we got the cage, we got the fuel system, we got the battery, we got everything done to that we need to get done. And I feel good. The last thing is the window bar and the bumper. I have to do a little bit of reading tonight on the interwebs to find out if what we're allowed to do for bumpers. I'm not sure if they're using the 2025 rules or the 2024 rules. And I've never actually built in a junk run to run this company's rules. So like I said, we're gonna go on the internet, we're gonna find out what we can and what we can't do and what bumper we can and can't run. So, saying that, thank you very much for watching today, guys. We got a lot done. The vehicle is looking great, and unfortunately, a couple of you guys know this, but some of you don't. I will not be running this vehicle. We are building this vehicle to rent it out to Eddie. Eddie's paying me to build it. We're gonna build it for him. And then he's gonna run it once, and if it does good, it does good. If it's not junk, then I get to run it afterwards. So thanks for watching, guys. Maybe a little bit more pressure. We'll see you guys back here later on Zach's Workshop.